Hi, this is a video to talk about the general form of a rational function. The general form of a rational function is f of x is a over bx plus c plus d. Now, in its most simplest form, if we put c and d at 0, okay, this is its most simplest form, which is f of x is 1 over x, okay? And what happens is, because you can't divide by 0, x is equal to 0, which is the y-axis here, you get what's known as an asymptote. The curve won't cross it because it's not defined at that point. So what happens is that here it gets very, very close to the line, but never will actually touch it, and the same up here. Okay. Also, because there's also what's known as a horizontal asymptote, y is equal to 0, or the x-axis, and the curve again will get very, very close to it, but never touch it. Now, why is that so? Why would there be a horizontal axis? Well, if you put like 1 over 20, 1 over 20 is getting closer to 0. If you put 1 over 100, that's even closer to 0. Or 1 over 1000, that's even closer to 0. Or 1 over 1 million, the same, is going to get very, very close to 0, but never actually be equal to 0. So we can put a magnifying glass there, and we'll see that the curve just does not touch the axis, and we can carry that process right on forever and ever and ever more, and therefore this line here is an asymptote. Now, if we introduce a c, okay, so we introduce a c, I'll put c as 4, and what happens to the vertical asymptote, that it's going to move this way 4 units. So when this is plus 4, the asymptote will be at minus 4, x is equal to minus 4, and then if I make c be the other way, okay, like minus 3, okay, the asymptote becomes x is equal to plus 3. This is the vertical asymptote. Why? Because in here you need to put in 3. 3 minus 3 gives 0, so that's why it's plus 3. Right, now if we move this one, d, we can see, let's move it to 2, we can see that the horizontal asymptote has moved up 2 units. Okay, so this is the horizontal asymptote. And again, it's the same sort of reason. If you put a large number in here instead of x, like 100, you're going to get 1 over 97. 1 over 97, very close to 0, but this will still be equal to nearly 2. So what happens, the line is going to approach 2 here and here. Also, we now find that we now are going to cut the axes. So in a later video, I'm going to show you how to actually find these two coordinates algebraically. Alright, so this has been a brief video to show you the introduction of a rational function. And rational functions are of the form f of x, so it's a divided by bx plus c plus d, where a, b, c, and d are all numbers. Okay, I hope this helped your understanding, and thank you very much for watching.